Welcome everybody. This is the closing bell here at MarketStream.live on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, the first week of May. And while the markets didn't have any volatility, boy, I'll tell you, I had plenty this week. So I'm very happy. It is Friday. And for those of you that know me, you know what I'm talking about. All right. But on the trading front, on the markets front, we had the markets actually finished at the best levels that it has all week across the board. Starting with the Dow Jones up 55 points. It rallied on the end of the day, got over that psychological 21,000 level. And you know what? There was some meaningful results this week as far as earnings. You know, you have the Apples and so forth that all came in with positive results. You have economic data, the jobs data came in. Really what was perplexing though is that you have 4.41% unemployment, but you don't have any wage increasing. I don't get it. But the point being is that the market really had every catalyst in the world at this juncture domestically to move to the upside. And it did towards the end of the day. But I'm telling you right now, when you look at this section right here, very grindy. There's got to be some certainty here. There's going to have to be some conviction. I said it earlier this week and I'll say it again. The bulls, they got to grab control. They're going to have to break to new highs and continue that momentum with some volume. Taking a look at the S&P 500, again, up 980 on the S&Ps. Most of the rally occurred in the last half hour of the session. You see that it's trading on its best levels that we've seen in months. Is breaking out of that consolidation, slight trend to the downside, but it was been a hardcore consolidation. The bulls are in control going into the weekend. This is the kind of action that market bulls like to see. Gives them some time to wait for the catalyst to come. There's not any uncertainty in the market because, boy, there is no vol. The NASDAQ continues to churn out great numbers. You saw that large cap tech has just been phenomenal. I mean, heck, Apple could buy GE with all the cash they have without a blip in the radar and still have some cash to throw some great parties and buy some iPads for everybody. It's pretty incredible. Taking a look at the Russell 2000, the Russell 2000 bounced very well today. Finished the day up $8.14 at $13.96, just below that 1400 level. But we're going to watch this one very closely, folks. This is going to be very domestically centric. So we're going to watch that CPI and PPI data out later next week. Also watch the crude inventories. As a matter of fact, taking a look at the crude contract, boy, it had quite a range today. In the overnight session, you're going to see here, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger and pull it up a little bit. You can see that the range today for crude oil was basically from right off of its highs today at almost 47, and the highs came in at 46 and some change, and got as low as 43.76. So it was quite a move in. Here, we'll move this over just a little bit more. You can see right over my shoulder. The open was at 45.51. As a matter of fact, that's where it closed in the overnight session. But in the overnight session, it checked 43.76. It finished the day at 46.37. So it rallied back almost the whole entire loss that it had overnight. It's been some wild moves in crude. And, you know, I have to admit, the draw was a lot less than expected at under 1 million barrels on Wednesday. We'll watch that crude inventories. The weakening dollar, that was a bit of a catalyst. Dollar traded on its lows at the end of the day at 98.55. That should continue to catalyze the U.S. markets, but it's going to start to put pressure on foreign markets. It's going to put pressure on their currencies, which most of them are net exporters to the United States. Bottom line is that's going to put some pressure. Also, what was some weird action was the bond markets. You didn't see a flight from the safety trade. U.S. bonds traded up today. The prices were up. Yields were down. As a matter of fact, if I take a look at 10-year yield, you can see it was up in price, and you saw that the yield pulled back pretty considerably. It got as high today as 2.36%. Actually, it looked like 2.38% was the high today. And it finished the day at 2.35%, which is well off of that 2.3% that we watch. But again, yields pulled back from their best levels, and despite the fact that we had a nice rally in the market. Finally, France. Everybody's going to be looking at France. Go check out Tech Talk. We talked about it, also strategy now. The French CAC did finish the session at noon Eastern time, 11 Central, up 60. The French CAC has been moving to the upside for the last 2-3 days after consolidating from the 24th on. French elections are basically showing that Macron, the centrist candidate, is moving to the ups. He's got a 60% polling rate right now as far as victory is concerned. We'll watch that very closely. We know how those polls work out, but we talked about some really cool strategies on Tech Talk as well as Strategy Now to actually position yourself in there, as well as what we're expecting for potential moves in the products that do follow the CAC and the French stocks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, two things this weekend I want you to do. I want you to jump in and take a look at all that we offer here in the premium content section at MarketStream.live, and then join us at Sunday night. We have Sunday night setups. So join me. We'll be able to cover everything that's gone on after the French election. The French election results should be at around noon Eastern. We should see those results come in here in the States, so we'll keep an eye on that. The futures will be open at 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, so then we will be able to start looking at what the trade's going to be looking like and set up some stuff for the week. All right, folks, have a great weekend. Happy Cinco de Mayo, and we will see you on Sunday night. Take care.